Welcome to Commander Tune-Ups. Today's Korvold Fae-Cursed King deck was submitted by our patron, Shade.
Today we're going to show you how to, not really, but kind of sort of jund them out.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, BZ, and that makes us the Nitpicking Nerds. And before we begin, you should subscribe because my throat really hurts.
And that's a good enough reason, but what if I had one more reason for you? Our subscribers are 10% better at making the necessary sacrifices both in Magic the Gathering and life. Hey, making sacrifices is hard, and subscribing to a YouTube channel don't exactly help with that. Yeah. I'm glad this Disclaimer guy at least got his voice back, even if BZ hasn't yet.
He also lost his voice.
For an episode.
What are we doing, though?
This is Jund Sacrifice. Commander Tune-Ups is a series where we take your decks and we upgrade them under your restrictions. The restrictions for this deck were we weren't given any restrictions. But we're reasonable people. We don't go...
Restrictions are we have to play a stupid Jund Sacrifice deck.
And we didn't throw in Mana Crypt. We didn't throw in other silly, stupid things like that. We could, obviously, if we're building this deck to be as insane as possible, there's probably a Gaia's Cradle. There's probably a Mana Crypt. There's probably other stupid things I'm not mentioning.
Why are you saying stupid so much?
Stupid.
This is our patron.
Well, I'm not calling him stupid. I'm calling cards like Mana Crypt stupid.
Sorry, Joe thinks you're stupid, Shade.
I'm talking about Mana Crypt, specifically Mana Crypt.
Ever CMC 2.98. You should probably read this card.
No. So what someone was saying here, we raised it because it was a deck that it's low and it's good where it is, but it was raised because some of the cards we cut were just like 1 mana, 2 mana, do nothings.
Read the commander.
Korvold, Fae-Cursed King. 2 red, black, green for a flying 4/4. When Korvold enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Korvold and draw a card. So if you couldn't guess the theme here, it's sacrifice.
Much like Mazarek, it is a sacrifice tribal deck.
But there's some red in this deck.
We added red.
And also, this deck draws better, which actually makes for a lot of cool combos, which we will talk about later.
Wow.
The draw is actually important.
What's the first category, though?
We call it Dummies the Sack. So these are
just...
Get
right and creative with these category names.
This is so creative. We call them dummies instead of calling them dudes. For
creatures.
Wow. So Dummies the Sack. These are 3 creatures that cost a little bit of mana, but they produce more little dummies for you to sack.
All right, I can barely talk, but this is one of my favorite cards ever. So I'm going to read Dragon Lair Spider. 2 red, green for a 5/6 reach. And whenever anyone casts a spell, you get a 1/1 insect. I love this card. I want to play it in something, but I don't have anything to play it in.
You don't play any green-red decks right now, so where are you going to put it?
None. I don't know what I would even put this in.
Yeah, you get a lot of dudes.
It's so cool.
It doesn't have this huge target on it, but everyone's going to be casting spells because you're not playing Magic if you're not casting spells.
I don't know how this doesn't get you 3 guys. 3,
4, 5, 6, easy.
Sure.
Next is Myocloth.
Michaeloth?
Whatever. Myocloth. Michaeloth. 3 green for a 4/4 Devour 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 sapling creature token for each +1/+1 counter on Michaeloth. Whatever his name is.
Michaeloth.
This classic Michaeloth.
Another legendary creature.
Yeah, this is Michael of the Loth.
Very similar to that is Tendershoot Dryad, 4 and a green for a 2/2. Basically, just every upkeep you get a sapling. That's what happens.
Yep, and your saplings get +2/+2 if you have the City's Blessing, which means you can control 10 or more permanents, which is really easy.
We discussed this before. I don't know how you're not doing that with this card. Yeah. Michaeloth's the worst one of these 3, but they all make just residual dudes for you to sacrifice.
Yeah, Michaeloth is definitely the worst of the 3. Next, we have Pawn of Ulamog and Sifter of Skulls. Both of these, whenever a non-token creature dies, you get an 0/1 or a 1/1 Eldrazi Scion or Spawn, respectively. They can sack for 1 mana. They sacrifice
themselves. Make you mana, but they draw you a card off of Korvold.
Yes. They also, they sacrifice themselves, which is just gravy. And they're extra dudes for sacking with your other sack outlets. Avenger of Zendikar. You know what this does. Do we have 3 Avengers Zendikar? It's in the middle of the screen. You can see it.
We actually don't have to read it. We should read Sprouting Thrynax because it's Jund for a 3/3. When it dies, you get 3 saplings. This is not very good. But if you consider it in the context of our deck, we want to have our commander out and then draws 4 cards.
I mean, this card isn't very good in a vacuum.
I said that.
I mean, but most cards are pretty poop in a vacuum.
Mm.
A lot of cards are poop in a vacuum. Dig Through Time is a horrible card in a vacuum.
I don't.
It's 8.
I'm not having this conversation.
Well,
Stupid.
Then you shouldn't have brought it up. You shouldn't have brought up vacuums where cards don't exist. Squee the Immortal. He's 1 in the red for a 2/1, and you can cast him from anywhere. So
Exile or your graveyard.
anywhere.
No, you can't cast him from the command zone.
Yes, you can.
No. He's not in the command zone. He'll never go there.
I mean, you could. If you went to the command
No.
zone, you could cast him from there.
No, you couldn't.
You could, because if you're in the command zone, you can always cast him from the command zone or your hand.
No, but if he's not supposed to be there, you can't.
I don't know. But this is you talk about useless conversations. Now you're creating a different one.
Debated.
You can literally just cast this man from anywhere.
Debated. Reassembling Skeleton is much better. It's 1 in a black for 1/1, but you can pay 1 in a black, return it to the graveyard, from the graveyard to the battlefield, tapped.
Yep. So it goes infinite with some stuffs.
If him dying causes you to make 2 mana, you can go infinite.
And there are definitely ways to do that in this deck. From Beyond, at the beginning of your upkeep, you get a 1/1 Eldrazi Scion, right? I can't remember which ones are spawns or Scions. These ones are Scions, right?
Yeah, Spawn is cooler, so that you can tell that was the first one, because then they ran out of ideas.
Okay, so Scion, and you can pay 3 and a green, sacrifice it, search for an Eldrazi in your deck.
Put it in your hand.
Put it in your hands, yeah.
Shuffle your library.
The stuff, I'm never gonna, you don't have to mention stuff for your library. That's just,
Better Blossom makes 1/1 fairies every one of your upkeeps.
so these both are giving you stuff on your upkeeps, but also you get the upside of getting Eldrazi. What do we put in? It That Betrays, because why not? That's awesome.
We'll talk about it later. It's more of a slow burn with this deck. You don't combo off immediately. You just kind of build up this army and then play your commander and draw a bunch of cards. So we're almost judging him out, but I hate this commander, personally.
I don't know why.
Because they just won't give us a Jund him out commander. They just keep giving us Jund's Sacrifice. Why?
But he's just good.
This is probably the best one, too.
Yeah, he's really good. He's much better than I thought he was.
He's the poster boy for my hatred towards Jund.
Stop hating Junt for no reason.
What's the next category?
Next category is lands matter in this deck. A lot of the reasons is because there's 9 fetch lands in this deck.
9 fetch lands, and not even all of them are expensive. There's Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse.
Yeah, it's not the actual 9 you can.
Yeah, Mirror Landscapes in here.
Yeah, mirrored landscape. We
They don't need to be.
There's other
that
like
crazy.
Jund, what is it? Parna, whatever it's called.
Panorama.
Yeah, Jund Panorama, whatever it's called. That's in the deck too. So because we have 9 fetches, some cards that are really good are Crucible Worlds and Raminap Excavator, which both, one is an artifact and the other one is a 2/3 creature, both for 3 mana. They both let you play a land from your graveyard instead of playing it from your hand.
Life from the Loam gets 3 lands from your graveyard. Everyone knows what Life from the Loam does. And then Azusa, Lost but Seeking, and then Givrog Monster, and Burgeoning all let you play some sort of extra land per turn. Azusa is the best one. Givrog lets you draw cards when your lands go to the graveyard,
Yep.
which is always.
So whenever you're cracking a fetch, he also makes you sacrifice land at the beginning of your upkeep. So
Turns out that's just gravy.
he just gives you an extra draw every single turn.
You can really go ham, ramp out of control with this stuff.
Burgeoning, just whenever anyone plays land, you can choose to put a land from your hand onto the battlefield, which is awesome.
That is about as good as Exploration. Not sure which one's better in here.
I think I'd play Exploration in the deck personally,
But
but
we have Burgeoning in the deck.
Burgeoning was in the deck already, and I wasn't going to just like swap those out. It's like they're close enough that it's whatever.
They're pretty close.
Next, Tireless Tracker. Well, you're getting a million land drops. You're getting extra land drops. You're playing lands from your graveyard. You got 9 fetches. All of these things trigger landfall, which Tireless Tracker essentially has.
Tireless Tracker is just like the best card ever. It's such an archetype staple in Commander, and it's just good in every format.
He also gets you clues, which sacrifice. So you can pay 2 sacrifice, draw 2 if you have Korvold out.
Unreal.
Okay, this next one is awesome. Scapeshift is super awesome in this deck. It's not a win con in this deck per se. It can definitely win you some games, but what you get with Scapeshift in this deck is Field of the Dead. So you sacrifice like 10 lands, you draw 10 cards, you go into your deck, you get Field of the Dead and a bunch of other, at least lands that have at least 7 different names. You get 10 zombies, which are all sack fodder to draw more cards. It doesn't actually win you the game, so it's not in our win con category. We put it in the lands matter.
Just heavy value.
It is extremely heavy value that can easily push you towards winning the game.
If you're sacking creatures for mana, there you go. There's 20 mana. There's 10 mana.
Yeah. Crop Rotation and Elvish Reclaimer.
They both sack lands for other lands. They tutor up Field of the Dead. They tutor up Bajuka Bog, whatever random land you need.
Yeah, Feel of the Dead is the main one.
I love that card.
Yeah, Feel of the Dead is awesome in this deck because the zombies are such great residual value with all the sack outlets in this deck.
I love you, Feel of the Dead.
So let's talk about some of our sack payoffs.
Oh.
First ones, we have Blood Artist, which if you don't know what Blood Artist does, then
go find a different podcast that's
read,
willing to explain it.
Then pause the video right now and read it because it's in the middle of us.
And subscribe because of how great the quality is.
Yeah, be like, wow, that's some good quality. Mayhem Devil, though, on the other hand, you might not know unless you've been playing some Standard lately. He's a 3/3 for 1 black and a red. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, whenever you sacrifice a permanent, you can even sacrifice him. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, deal 1 damage to any target.
What if I told you it was even better?
Whoa.
Whenever anyone sacrifices any permanent, it deals 1 damage.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. I was thinking it was just you. Well,
Flashback Marauder, 4 damage.
Well, we don't have Flashback Marauder. We have
Plague Crafter.
We do have Plague Crafter though, because
up
that card,
to 4 damage.
That card's awesome.
Yeah,
Plague Crafter is sweet.
Pitiless Plunderer says you get treasures when your creatures die. That's pretty self-explanatory. We kind of went through a lot of these in the Mazurk episode 2 weeks ago.
Speaking of Mazurk, Mazurk's in this deck.
I hope so.
So whenever you sacrifice a permanent, not only will you be drawing cards, you can also be putting counters on your guys. Just going big.
Plenty of fodder. That can be a way to win.
Yeah. Next, Titania's in this deck. So whenever you're sacrificing those lands,
we have 5/3s. There's so much going on here, and it's mostly just I'm gonna win.
It's good value. It feels like a good Jund out deck because there's a lot of value everywhere.
I think there's too much synergy for it to be a Jund out deck. I want my Jund out deck to have no synergy.
You think Jund has synergy? You think Jund doesn't have synergy at all?
It has fetch lands and Goyf. It has fetch lands and Ren and 6, I guess. What synergy does Jund have?
I don't know.
Fatal Push into a second Fatal Push?
Fetch lands and Fatal Push, that's synergy.
Wow, fetch lands, huh? I hear those lands are good.
And Dictative Erebos, whenever you sacrifice a creature, everyone else at the table sacrifices the creature with you. And it has flash.
Mazurek and Mayhem Devil coming out. Oh my god. That's a lot of things going on.
Oh, yeah. I forget. I wasn't even thinking about Mayhem Devil doing it whenever they sacrifice too.
How does that mirror match work when they're both playing the cat and Mayhem Devil?
That's dumb.
We don't have to think about it. We just have to go to the winning the game, the last category. Because now we're going to show you how we're closing out. We're no questions asked, the game's over.
Yeah. So, winning the game, we have Torment to Hellfire. This is just a classic win con.
Hall of Fame. Nitpicking Nerds Hall of Fame.
It's definitely the Nitpicking Nerds Hall of Fame. You just do it for a bajillion. You make all your opponents either sacrifice their whole boards or lose all their life.
If you have Mayhem Devil out, what are they supposed to do?
If there's something we didn't add to this deck because even though we weren't on a budget, we tend to put ourselves on a reasonable budget. I didn't add Cabal Coffers Urborg, even though I feel like the deck should have it.
That's like $80 worth of stuff.
It's so much.
We could just say, here's a reasonable cost.
Yeah, here is reasonable.
I want people to actually upgrade these decks. This is for a person. This isn't just to put every staple in.
Yeah, I mean, we can build you a CEDH version of the deck. It doesn't sound very fun. Next is the coolest combo. I didn't know this combo existed.
You got some reading to do.
We have our commander, which is Korvold. We know what he does. We have Mortuary, which whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, put it on top of your library instead, a replacement effect.
It's a 2 and a black enchantment.
And is it 2 and a black? Mm-hmm. I thought it cost 4, but it doesn't matter. Blood Pet is 1 black for a 1/1. Sacrifice it, add a black mana.
How does this work?
So the way this works is you have Mortuary out, you have your commander out. You sacrifice Blood Pet to get your black mana. The Blood Pet instead goes on top of your library, so when you draw off your commander, you draw the Blood Pet.
Yeah, you stack the triggers so the Korvold resolves second.
Infinite, so you make your commander an infinite. You draw your whole deck. Or no, you don't draw your whole deck. You make your commander an infinite. You get infinite die triggers. You get infinite enter the battle triggers. And do what you will with that. I mean, we told you the win cons that win that
Plus,
way.
at the end, you get 1 extra draw when you're done.
How?
Because if you just don't put it on top.
You have to. It's a replacement effect.
What do you mean? You stack the triggers the other way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just stack them the other way.
That's fair. Yeah, you're right.
You get 1 last draw if you're really trying to dig for something.
Yeah. I mean, you have the payoffs. Do it with a payoff, obviously.
Right. Pick a Blood Artist. Pick a Mayhem Devil or a Phyrexian sack outlet that makes infinite mana.
I mean, a bajillion commander is going to kill somebody too, so. And if you want to replace the Blood Pet here in this little combo, you can have, if you have Phyrexian Altar, any 1 drop, it's the exact same.
Any old 1 drop.
It just doesn't matter. And there's if you have Pitiless Plunder with this, then you make infinite mana.
Right.
Which is gravy on top of that, make your Torment of Hellfire X equals 10,001 because that's the number you chose because you're weird. Or you chose 4K.
Wow, that's what we're in.
We're in 4K.
What do you know?
And then we mentioned Scape Shift earlier, but if you escape,
payoff.
yeah, if you have like 12 lands, you sacrifice them all, and you get a bunch of zombies, then it's awesome. Oh, you know what this deck needs now? Vesuva.
Yeah, I figured we would have just put Vesuva in here.
I didn't.
It's an overstep on our part. Put Vesuva in here.
An oversight on our part, and an overstep.
We overstepped our oversights.
So yeah, Vesuva. Ooh, so that's just awesome. That's so many zombies.
It's actually twice as many zombies.
It's twice as many zombies. That's so cool.
New CMC, 3.38. We lowered it. We're always lower it. Everything's great. We're amazing.
You're wrong.
We lowered it. We're the best. We never raise average mana costs.
We raised
ever.
it by 0.4.
And you could never really say that we even did in this one.
We raised it by 0.4.
We raised the roof, maybe. What about adds and cuts? What do we do?
Adds and cuts. So there was a lot of lands in this deck, and I know it's a lands matters deck, but I still cut it down. There was 39 lands. I cut it down to 35. The cut lands are City of Traders. I get it. It sacrifices itself. That's not good.
That's not. I get the joke, but it's not funny.
Field of Ruin. Don't put this card in your deck ever. Lotus Veil. Don't put this card in your deck. It's so easy. It just gets punished so easily. I don't like the other ones in here.
Lotus Field.
Lotus Field. It protects itself.
Hexproof.
And that is absolutely fine. Lotus Veil. Don't put in your deck. Rogue's Passage. I don't know. Flying is enough.
Flying is enough.
Yeah.
Colorless lands. Can't go too crazy on them.
Cut one mountain, one swamp, and I replaced the base. So basically, I just replaced those basic lands with Mirror Landscape and Field of the Dead, which I thought were
absolute powerhouses.
Yep. I cut all the artifact jam. We just didn't need all this
We're
artifact.
a green deck. We don't need this. We are a green deck without synergies. We just kept the Commander Sphere.
Yeah. I mean, Commander Sphere was just cute. It's so cute.
Adorable.
Added Nature's Lore, added Sky's Shroud's Claim. These are staple ramp cards, and
Permanent ramp, not temporary ramp.
almost every green deck should be playing these two cards.
Basically.
Fleshbag Marauder upgraded to Plaguecrafter, which is
That's the kind of commentary you get on this YouTube channel. We upgrade Fleshbag Marauders to Plaguecrafters.
Yeah.
You know, your other Commander channels they're Fleshbag Marauders, but we're the Plaguecrafter.
Yeah, we are the Plaguecrafters.
We're always bad for your opponents.
Yes, we want to always be punishing them. When we play this card, if they don't have anything on the field, they're discarding the card.
Yeah, nice try.
Get 'em.
Control deck, discard a card.
Get them. Cut Sylvan Library. This deck just doesn't need card draw.
Maybe in the future actual Jundamount deck, Sylvan Library would be cool, but maybe not even then. I don't think Sylvan Library is that great. Is that crazy of an opinion? I just don't think it's that great of a card.
It costs you a lot of life.
I don't ever want to play it. I've never really felt the need to play that card.
I mean, there's probably some spots. Mono green. It fits in mono green.
It does. It is green.
I mean, if it's in mono green decks, like depending on the build.
I'm saying for me personally, I think it's kind of bad.
Bad. Maybe.
Overall.
I think
it's overrated. How about that?
Overrated, definitely. It's definitely overrated because it's one of those cards that used to be good back in the day, and it's gotten so much worse.
Right, and it feels like Phyrexian Arena to me.
Yeah, it's very similar.
It feels like
it costs
that card.
way more life though.
Yes, and we added Birthing Pod and a little Birthing Pod chain.
You can go all the way up to 7, where you can get your Avengers Zendikar for tons of Zac fodder.
I'm reserving my hatred for Avenger because it seems fine in this deck.
You get a lot of. You mean getting like 6 or 7 of those tokens while going up your pod chain? I think he's where the pod chain ends.
Yeah, I don't always hate on stuff. Okay, sometimes I'm for it. I'm supportive.
And we added It That Betrays because that's the main reason.
You got to read It That Betrays because I love this card.
An 11/11 for 12 mana Annihilator 2. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent, put that card onto the battlefield under your control.
It's a form of mind control. You're just stealing all their stuff.
Yeah, if they sacrifice a fetch land, you get it.
And you can sacrifice it again. You can now sacrifice it with your sacrolettes and get another card.
Oh my god.
This card is so cool.
We broke the game.
Just yet another reason Kozilek is the best Titan. What can I say?
He's not.
This is Kozilek's brood, bro.
Because it's part of Kozilek?
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's his brood.
I don't know what his brood is.
He's got the geometry.
Here. Oh, yeah, he does.
With Reality
It's like hanging off the card. I didn't even see it.
That's why Woolok has all the stupid ingests, and then Kozilek has the modern playable Matter Reshaper, Thanaseer, Reality Smasher.
So everything that matters. But this is the end of our video. We've finally made it here.
Thanks to our 30 patrons, you mean? Who support the channel monetarily.
31?
30.
Oh, no.
We lost one of you. We'll miss you forever.
Who was it?
If you would like to replace that person who left, patreon.com/user/nitpicking We're trying to get to this underwater box opening, people. Everyone wants it.
We're going
Let's make
backward.
it happen. Let's make it happen.
Everyone hates us.
Make it happen.
Yeah, we're trying to get to the end of the box opening. It's going to be so great. If you want soggy rares, then
If you want soggy rares, be a patron.
you got to be a patron to get soggy rares because you're not getting soggy. We're not just giving away these soggy rares for free.
No, come on. You got to support us.
What do we look like? Nice guys or something?
No. What's the next plug?
The next plug is the other one, TCG Player, where you can go to buy any of these cards in this video or any card overall, or Yu-Gi-Oh cards if you really want. Just use the link in the description below to bring yourself over to TCG Player and then buy whatever you want.
Run wild. Go crazy.
And we will get what we call kickback.
What we call money.
Yeah. I'd plug TCG for money.
And I think we're done now. I'm going to go heal my throat and be better for Wednesday's video.
Well, I'm going to make BC say the last line, though.